Hello, this is Maria, and as an English teacher, I believe the assumption learners with a high IQ are good language learners is an oversimplification. Of course, intelligence can play a role in learning, but being successful language learner involves much more than just having a high IQ. Language learning is a complex process that involves cognitive, emotional, social, and motivational factors. A student with a high Q may grasp grammar rules or vocabulary quickly, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they will excel in communication, cultural understanding, or pronunciation, all essential parts of language mastery. Qualities such as motivation, consistency, curiosity, and willingness to make mistakes often contributes much more to language success than just having a high Q scored. I have had students with a high Q scores who perform well on reading grammar tests, but struggle with oral fluency or practical communication because they were afraid to make mistakes or lacked confidence. On the other hand, I have had students who didn't have strong academic skills and struggle in other subjects. However, these students were very sociable. They watch movies in English, they listen to music in English regularly, and practice English every time they had the chance with great enthusiasm and motivations. So over time, some of them became in the best speakers in their classes. I also remember having a student who was excellent in academic. So, this student had an excellent memory. It was good at memorizing things when taking a reading test. But the participation of this student in class discussions, in debates, class presentations or role plays, it was very limited. She was a very passive student in terms of interaction and communication. And this this was a problem for her. So, in short, I could say that language learning is not only for the intelligent, it is for the persistence, the curiosity, and the braveness that a student could have. Having a high Q scored can give some advantages in comparison with others, but it doesn't guarantee that you will learn a new language successfully. I think the best language learners are those who are engaged with the class, who are resilient, who overcome making mistakes, and who are active participants in the process, because the only way that you could learn something practical like learning a language is by doing. In this case, is by participating every time you had the chance. This is my opinion about this statement. Thank you.